क्या बा क्या go रही हो तुम्हें? Welcome to How Bangalored Are You on Bob's Radio. My name is Reo Raymond. I think by my introduction you'd have figured amongst my series, today we're going to be talking about the Dakhni Muslim community. Where do they come from and when did they come into Bangalore? What are the migrations like? We'll just dive deep into that. So the Dakhni Muslim community comes in from the Deccan Sultanate's time, and they go back as early as from the 14th to the 17th century. Now, while they were making their way down south of India, they did go about conquering places like the Bijapur Sultanates, the Bahmian Sultanates, and while they were going down south further, they figured there was one particular location that was located in a very strategic place and would help them in all their trades and ploys, and that was Bangalore. So they did end up setting base here and ended up growing larger in number. And then comes in another era. That is the Tipu Sultan era. And when Tipu Sultan took over Bangalore, he actually made Bangalore his military base. And when he made Bangalore his military base, he made sure he employed people from the Dakhni Muslim community and grew in strength from time to time, employing them in labor, employing them in the army, employing them as clerks, and whatever capacity that would be possible. Now, coming into the 1800s, this is when Tipu Sultan's rule fell in the city thanks to the British coming in. But one would think, wait, were the Dakhni Muslim community disregarded after the British came in? Actually not. In fact, they were also laboring to all the opportunities that the British brought in terms of workforce, labor, clerks, in the administration and in the army as well. And in fact, the people from the Dakhni Muslim population were very proficient in languages, and they added as valuable intermediaries between the British and the local population. And then comes in the 1900s. This is when Bangalore's urbanization was growing at a peak level, where a lot of artisans, handicrafts, and various kinds of trades were started to ply from the areas like Shivaji Nagar, Wheeler Road, and Fraser Town. And coming into the post-independence era, this is when a lot of government sector and public sector companies came into play. And a lot of Dakhni Muslim population people went about taking a hold of these opportunities and eventually would better their position not just in the city but in the society as well. And they would eventually go on to spread across different parts of the city from Fraser Town and Shivaji Nagar to areas like Neelasandra, to areas like Sultan Palya, and many more places that you see is dominated by the Dakhni Muslim population today. And from the IT boom in the 90s to the late startup capital era, a lot has been contributed by the people of the Dakhni Muslim population in terms of our culture, in terms of our economy, and in various forms. And in fact, they preserve their culture and language through poetry, through literature, through the madrasas that they teach the people, and various ways as well. And when we talk about culture, how can we not mention the biryani and the food that comes along with it? Is anybody as good as them to make the best biryani? Questionable, debatable, whatever you'd say, but there's also comes in the shika, fala, nali soup, paya, kalmis, and the savior. My God, my mouth is already watering. I'm going to go ahead and have a little bit of that, but in the meantime, here's a little shout out to all the people from the Dakhni Muslim community who made Bangalore their home and have added to this culture. And the Dakhni Muslim community is as core to Bangalore's DNA as anybody else. While I go ahead and smash some amazing shika and phala, Bombay na ko maro bhai, video ko share kar dalo.
Bob's Radio. The heartbeat of Bangalore.